Hello, today we're going to stuff Kongs. Let me show you a Kong. These are the best interactive feeding toys that you can get for your dog. This is the largest one and the toughest rubber. This is the next one down. The red rubber is not for power chewers, and then for puppies you've got a softer one and a smaller version. So today I'm going to show you how to use these to interactively feed your dog. If your dog is on a kibble food, then I would take a few handfuls. You can measure out the daily allowance so that you know how far it's going to spread into the Kongs, and make sure then that you don't overfeed your dog. So you put some kibble into a dish that has a lid, just pop some water in. Don't want to overfill it because it just turns into a mush then. Drop more. And then leave that for a couple of hours to soak down, and that will soften up nicely. Now here's some that I did earlier, and this has just gone into nice soft kibble. So with this I'm going to just pop some of the kibble in. And this one today I'm going to layer with natural yogurt. You don't want to overdo the natural yogurt because obviously it's got lactose in it, and once dogs are weaned they don't assimilate the lactose particularly well. So just a teaspoon of yogurt. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this. If you've been working on your bike or something, then obviously you don't want that taste in your dog's Kong. So then a bit more kibble. If your dog is new to Kongs, then I wouldn't stuff the food, I wouldn't pack it down too hard. I would just maybe loosely pack it to get your dog... Oh, there we go, Katie. Finish it up, sweetheart. To get your dog used to, you know, how the food comes out, just pack it quite loosely. Mine are all really good with the Kongs, so once I've filled it I do pack it down quite tight. And then if you've got a puppy that's teething and you're filling the puppy one, you can freeze this for a couple of hours once you've filled it and give it to your puppy for the next meal. And the coolness of the rubber helps to soothe the puppy's gums, and obviously it gives your dog things to chew on. And the reason I really like these is because dogs naturally forage for food, so the foraging action of them getting the food out of the Kong is you know, something that they would naturally do. It uses up, mentally stimulates your dog, and therefore makes your dog quite tired afterwards. So if you want peace and quiet while you're watching the movie tonight, then this is the way to go for your dog's supper. So I'm going to leave that one in the dish for them to have later. Now if your dog is not on kibble food, if you're feeding the raw diet, you can use the tripe from the raw diet into the Kong. Now when I'm filling the tripe into a Kong, I use a rubber glove because I don't like the smell of the tripe on my hand. So we're going to have, I've got here an assortment of tripe with oily fish. I don't need that bag. And just ordinary green tripe. We don't need that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of each, a little bit of the fish tripe, a little bit of green, a little bit of fish. My dogs get oily fish usually 2 to 3 times a week, about the same, you know, as you would for yourself. I tend to put these, fill them over a dish, because when the juice squirts out the bottom, you don't want it all over your feet. So stuff that in. I wouldn't freeze the tripe filled ones, because if you've already defrosted your tripe, you don't really want to be refreezing it. So that's one, and then we're going to have some more fish. Now what you can do, again going back to your kibble food, is you could put the kibble, the dry kibble in. You don't want to be feeding it like that because it just rolls out too easily. So put your dry kibble in, and then maybe whisk up an egg and put the egg in. I'll just quickly show you how we do that. So you need something that you can put your Kong in. You just get a cup out to stand it in. You need a microwavable cup, something that the Kong will stand up in. Put your dry kibble in there, and again this will be part of your dog's daily allowance, so it means that you don't overfeed your dog. I wouldn't fill it right to the top, maybe just leave about a centimetre. There you go, Katie, eat it up, sweet pea. And then you can whisk up your egg, pour that into there and quickly put it in the microwave and cook that on full power for about 30 seconds only. Give it at least 2 to 3 hours to cool down. If you have a meat skewer, you can stick that in and make sure that it's cool, and then feed it when it is cool. And that will take your dog a long time, as much time to empty that as it will a frozen Kong. So that's just a few of the things you can use for a Kong. If you've got a little bit of cheese left over, I've got some gratings of cheese here, you could pack that in either the tripe one or in the kibble food. I've got a little bit of corned beef here, so that can be put into little pieces and stuffed as well. So if you've got something, if your dog's new to a Kong, I would have something in the end sticking out that's like that, maybe a piece of sardine or some corned beef, so that it really gets the dog wanting to start on it. Once they've got the habit of the Kongs and how to empty them, then you can be much more adventurous on how hard you pack it down and what you put in it. So I hope that's been helpful, and I hope you really enjoy feeding with the Kongs. Thank you for watching.